Good morning, students of class 7. Today I will discuss on the continuing part of offline videos, that is physical and chemical change. It is the part 5 of this chapter. Now on the last day we have discussed what is rusting of iron and also about what is galvanization. Then we have come to know that the galvanization is the technique to prevent from rusting. Another one technique was the coating. What is coating? The coating by a paint. It is also a it is also a measure, preventive measure to protect rusting. Now today it is the stainless steel. STAINLESS What is stainless steel? Now before that we have to come to know about what is alloy. What is an alloy? So alloy, it is a homogeneous mixture of metal. It is a homogeneous mixture of metal. What is the meaning of homogeneous? That means there the differentiation between the metals is not possible and they coexist in the same form. The differentiation is not possible and they coexist in the same form. For this reason they are called as an alloy. The alloy that is bronze. Bronze is an alloy. So here the individual present of copper and tin is not identified. It can be identified by some chemical treatment, but it is an alloy. So alloy is the technique. In the same way, the stainless steel is produced. Here a an element, that is a metal, that is maximum case, in maximum case it is the chromium is used, and if very little percentage of carbon is used to produce the alloy, and this alloy is called as stainless steel. So what is stainless steel? When iron, chromium and least percentage of carbon, it is more or less 10%. It is about 0.3 to 0.4%, and the rest part is the iron. So it is an alloy, that is stainless steel. So stainless steel is an alloy which is formed by iron with an alloying material, that is chromium, and a very least percentage of carbon. In some cases there may be the presence of molybdenum also, or nickel also. So nickel, molybdenum, these are also nickel. So the according to the required quality of the alloy, that is the stainless steel, we may use different kinds of metal. One case, it is general case, it is the chromium. So when you have to write down the definition, you will write that when an alloy is made by iron, chromium, within bracket 10%, and a very few percentage of carbon, it is called an alloy. That is, it is called stainless steel. Now what is the uses of stainless steel? We know in daily life it is a versatile use of stainless steel, that is in the utensils and also in the machine tools, and in the same way in the automobile industry, that is in formation of machine, and also in medicinal tools, that is used, that is for operation, etc. These are the uses of very basic uses of stainless steel. Now next one, that is how many types of alloy steel are there, or how many types of steels are there. Now specifically stainless steel is more important. More alloy steel, one is alloy steel, second one is stainless steel, just I have discussed stainless steel. Number 3 is tool steel. tool steel, and number 4 is steel or carbon steel. So alloy steel, stainless steel, tool steel and carbon steel. These are the 4 types of steel. It is formed by the different composition, but the very basic composition is iron here. Next, you can find out what is crystallization. So just follow one physical experiment, that a solution of sugar water when heated continuously, then what happens? At last you can find out a white powdery like substances are in the bottom of the container. So what is this substance? It is the we have used sugar in a definite shape, but the substances which is at the below of the container, it is also sugar, right? But it is very fine particles. That is, the crystals we have used, or the structure or the form we have used, these have deformed and a very small crystals of sugar has been formed, and this is called the crystallization. So crystallization is the process of separation of materials or substances or purification of substances. So crystallization is a method of crystallization. Crystallization, what is crystallization? First of all, a process. Number 2, used for separation and purification. It is a process of separation and purification of substances. So this is called crystallization. Suppose if any impurities, that is, if suppose in a sugar, if in sugar, that is before the crystalline form, there may be the presence of some substances which is impurities to the substance, but when we evaporate it or when we heated it, it will get evaporated. So in this case we will separate this out by using the process, that is crystallization. Crystallization may follow heating, and also we may use cooling. By cooling, it is also possible to separate out the materials and the purification of the substances. So in there is an activity that you can find out. The dilute H2SO4 is used in the crystallization of copper sulfate. What is the use of it? So what is the use of it? And the dilute H2SO4 is used to prevent the hydrolysis of copper sulfate. To prevent the hydrolysis of copper sulfate, dilute H2SO4 is used. That is, it further the copper sulfate form, it further can form copper hydroxide, and in this way the production of copper sulfate is or the production, that is the yield of copper sulfate, is less. So by using copper sulfate, we may restrict or we may prohibit the hydrolysis of copper sulfate to copper hydroxide. It is an activity given in your NCERT textbook, that a few amount of or a very little amount of dilute H2SO4 is added for the crystallization. It is also the crystallization. So today I have discussed about stainless steel and also what is crystallization. So follow the NCERT textbook, and if you are having any query, you may question it in the e-portal, and there is online classes are also progressing, which is the revision of the previous one, but it is for better for you that you must continue your study. So today is the end of this chapter, that is physical and chemical chain. Next day I will discuss about the question answer from this chapter. So till then, have a good day.